Hello everyone, my name is Diana. Welcome back to my channel, Let's Talk Money. And today I will be going over different plans that are offered in the Covered California for year 2018. So let's start. Let's assume that we are looking for someone that lives in San Francisco. And let's say that person makes $40,000 a year. I don't know why 40, it's just but we'll just set with that, although that's a very small amount to be able to survive in San Francisco, but let's just assume. And let's say that the person is 50 years old. Let's see what plans are available. So for someone that is 50 years old, lives in San Francisco, and makes $40,000 a year, this person can get a tax credit or a subsidy in the amount of $415 a month. That helps. So for example, the high deductible plan, the CCHP plan for this person would cost him $62.72 a month. We can, okay, let's start with Kaiser because it looks like this is more popular and it's just a couple of dollars difference. So we'll go ahead and select up to 3 different plans, and I'll compare just so we can see what the plans offer. So I'll select the bronze. I want to select the silver. What's the cheapest silver? So we selected Kaiser bronze. Let's go ahead and select some type of silver plan, but I don't want to select the Kaiser. I want something else. Let's go on the second page. Well, Kaiser looks like offers pretty good deals for San Francisco residents. Okay, so let's select Blue Shield PPO Silver, and I want to select a gold. Let's do, okay, let's do this one, the gold. Okay, let's go ahead and compare. So we are comparing the Kaiser bronze, Blue Shield PPO silver plan, and HealthNet Pure Care 1 EPO. That's a new plan offered in this year, so that's why I wanted to select. It's a little bit more pricey than the other plans, but I wanted to select it for the purpose of showing it and see what it covers. So here it shows, it's basically an estimate, so we'll go ahead and skip that. The most important thing that is offered this year, and this is great, when you shop for plans, you can select a doctor. You can see what doctors are in network right away, which is great because in the past there were a lot of issues with doctors. So plans that were offered in the Covered California did not have enough doctors in their networks. People could not see a doctor, and that was a huge problem. So this is great that when you shop, you can see if your doctor is in network, or you can look for a new one if you don't have a doctor. So this is great. You can just look at the map and search a doctor. We won't be going through that because that's very individual, but that option is there. Now, one very important thing, and a lot of my clients are concerned about the deductible. So it's pretty much universal across, so bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Those are the basic level categories of the health plans. So basically, and they have pretty much the same, if you compare apples to apples, then, so basically if you're looking at the bronze plans across the board, you will see a $6,300 deductible per year. So, and then if we look at the silver deductible, the deductible for silver plans is $2,500 a year, and the gold and platinum do not have a deductible. I don't have a platinum plan to compare here because Covered California only allows 3 plans, comparing 3 plans at a time. But I'll be glad to compare it in a different video. So this year, a very important thing also to cover, there is a separate deductible for prescription drugs, and for bronze is $500, silver is $130 a year for prescription drugs, and again, gold does not have a deductible. Another thing is out-of-pocket maximum. This is also huge. This is very important. So basically, what does the out-of-pocket maximum mean? It means basically that this is the maximum amount you pay per year, and it includes the deductible. So if you have a bronze plan and you had a surgery and you paid $7,000 out of your pocket, then for the rest of the year, you're basically you cover it at no cost. The insurance company pays everything. Basically same things goes for the silver, and there is a $6,000 out-of-pocket maximum for the gold plan. And again, here is the maximum cost for prescription drugs across, and there is no other deductible. So let's move on. We'll look at the doctor visits. So for the bronze plans, you are limited to 3 visits per year, and those 3 visits are not subject to deductible. And if you see your primary care doctor, the only thing you pay is a copay, which is rather high, but that's all you pay. So it's $75 copay, and again, it's not subject to deductible. If you visit the doctor the 4th time with this plan, then obviously you will be paying the deductible, and that means that you'll be paying the full cost of that visit, whatever that might be, $300, $400, and so on. Now, that applies to the primary care visit. The specialist visit is a little bit more expensive, and it's $105 copay. Again, this is not subject to deductible. And then other practitioner office visit is also $75 copay before deductible. Now, a very important thing to mention here, the preventative care, screening or immunization does not have a charge. So this is a one-time, let's say if you schedule a annual wellness exam and you go to see your primary care visit, you do not pay a penny. It doesn't matter, it's bronze, silver, or gold plan. So basically the preventative care is at no cost. So let's move on to the silver plan. This is a little bit different. As you can see, the primary care visit is $35 copay, but it is not limited to 3 visits. You can see your doctor every week if you want. If you can pay the $35 copay, there is no restrictions on how many times a year you can see the doctor. And again, obviously, with the silver plans, the doctor visits are never subject to deductible. Specialist visit is a little bit more expensive with a silver plan, more expensive than the primary care visit, and it's $75 copay. And other practitioner visit is $35. And again, as I said, the preventative care is at no cost. Let's move on into the gold plan. As we move on, we can see that the premium is more expensive, and the out-of-pocket cost to see the doctor is less. So with the gold plan, when you see the doctor, you pay $25 copay. And again, this plan doesn't have a deductible, so we won't even go into the deductible because it's not there. It's $0. The specialist visit is $55. Other practitioner is $25. So basically, other practitioner copay would be always the same as the primary care visit. And again, as I said, preventative care is at no cost across the board. Let's move on into the tests, what is covered. So lab test, it's a $40 copay with the bronze. So if you have to do the blood test, you pay $40 copay. With the when it comes to X-rays and diagnostic imaging, or imaging like CT, PET scans, MRIs, bronze is very, very expensive. So you pay basically the deductible, and then you pay everything until you reach the out-of-pocket maximum. So this is very, very expensive with the bronze. If we look at the silver plan, the lab test is $35 copay. The X-ray and diagnostic imaging is $75 copay, and the expensive tests such as CT, PT, and MRIs are $300 copay. So let's look at the gold. The gold plan, the lab test is $35. X-ray and diagnostic imaging is $55, and you pay a 20% coinsurance for the CT, PET scans, and MRIs. Okay, so if you have questions, feel free to type it under the video, and I'll go ahead and respond, because it looks like it's a one-way communication. And in case I'm missing something or I didn't cover something, please feel free to type your question under the video, and I'll go ahead and respond. Okay, so let's move on. The prescription drugs. As I said, with the bronze, you basically pay everything out of pocket. It's 100% coinsurance after you pay the deductible. And as I said, the deductible for the prescription drugs, let's move this way. So the deductible for the bronze is $500. So you basically pay $500, and then you basically pay the full price. So it's not covered. It's your cost. It's out-of-pocket cost for the bronze. When it comes to the silver plan, obviously there is a separate prescription drug deductible of $130, and then it basically you pay a copay depending on the prescription drug. So the generic drugs would be a $15 copay. The same is for gold. The preferred brand drugs, you pay a $55 copay after deductible. And again, the same applies for gold, but the difference is that there is no deductible here. The non-preferred brand drugs, you pay $80 copay after deductible with the silver, and the $75 copay with the gold plan. And the specialty drugs, those the most expensive ones, you pay 20% coinsurance after the deductible with the silver plan, and you pay 20% coinsurance with the gold. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go ahead and close this. The outpatient services. So this is pretty much, again, bronze. You pay everything. You pay the deductible, and then you pay the coinsurance until you reach the out-of-pocket maximum. With the silver and gold plans, it's a 20% coinsurance. So let's move on. Emergency and urgent care. I think emergency is one thing that has a lot of people pay a lot of money basically sometimes for nothing. So it's very, very important to understand when really you have to go to emergency and when you can go to urgent care, because the cost is basically dramatic. So let's say you have a bronze plan and you have a fever, but you can drive yourself to the emergency or to the urgent care. It doesn't really make sense to go to emergency room with a light fever. I mean, first of all, you'll be sitting in the waiting room and looking at all that drama that's happening in the emergency waiting room, and then you'll have to pay a lot of money. So basically it's the deductible, and then you pay the coinsurance until you reach out-of-pocket maximum. Or you have a choice to go to urgent care, which you only pay $75. And very, very important, this is not subject to deductible. So all you pay is $75. This is huge. So again, if it's something minor, please look into what urgent care centers are open near you. You'll save yourself a lot of money if you go to the urgent care instead of the emergency room. So here there is a special basically charge sometimes. There is for emergency room professional fee, but for this plans there is no charge. There is no separate charge, let's say. Moving on to the silver and the gold plan. So basically with the silver plan, the emergency room is $350 copay. It's a little bit less with the gold, $325. Transportation. So the transportation, emergency transportation, you basically make sure if you call the ambulance or if you have to use the ambulance, you will be paying the deductible. And then you'll pay a $250 copay as well. So don't confuse the emergency transportation with the emergency room facility fee. Those basically are two separate fees. And again, as I said, the urgent care, you just pay $35 instead of $350. Same goes for the gold. You pay $25 copay. That's basically a huge saving if you have minor concerns, minor health concerns. And again, if you can't drive yourself to emergency, then there is no question. Emergency room is basically the first choice. But if it's something minor, you can walk, talk, and you know, I highly recommend you look into urgent care visits rather than the emergency. And as I said, there is no separate fee for professional fee across the board. Okay, let's move on. Hospital. So basically, same as with the outpatient services. With the bronze, you pay the deductible for hospital visits, and then you pay the coinsurance until you meet the out-of-pocket maximum. With the silver and gold, with the silver, you pay 20% coinsurance for hospital visits, but you first need to meet the deductible. You have to pay the deductible. And again, there is no deductible in the gold level plans, so you basically pay only 20%. Let's move on. The mental and behavioral health. It's basically the outpatient services. You pay $75 copay. And again, this visit is not subject to deductible if it's within those 3 visits per year. And then with the bronze, right? So the mental inpatient facility fee, you pay the deductible and then you pay the coinsurance. And professional fee, same. Substance use disorder and for outpatient services, you pay $75 copay before deductible, but again, you're limited to those 3 visits. Substance use disorder inpatient facility fee, you basically pay the deductible and then coinsurance. And substance use disorder inpatient professional fee, same thing, you pay the deductible and the coinsurance. With the silver plan, again, as basically it's pretty much the same as the doctor copay, and you know, it's basically same idea. The behavioral health outpatient services, you pay $35 copay. The facility fee is 20% coinsurance up to deductible, and the inpatient professional fee also 20% coinsurance up to deductible. The outpatient services is $35 copay. The disorder inpatient facility fee is 20% coinsurance up to deductible, and substance use disorder inpatient professional fee is 20% coinsurance up to deductible. With the gold plan, there is no charge for the outpatient services. Office visits, there is a 20% basically coinsurance across if you have to use any of those. So let's move on. Pregnancy. Basically, the prenatal care is covered no charge across the board. So bronze, silver, and gold, you don't pay anything for the prenatal care. The delivery and maternity care inpatient facility fee with the bronze plan, you basically pay the entire deductible and the coinsurance until you meet that out-of-pocket maximum of $7,000 for the bronze. The silver plan, you pay 20%, but you have to pay the deductible first. And with the gold plan, the maternity care and inpatient facility fee, you pay 20% coinsurance, and there is no deductible here. The delivery and maternity care inpatient professional fee, basically same thing. So it's full costs until you meet the out-of-pocket, 20% coinsurance after deductible, and 20% coinsurance. Let's move on to other special needs. So I'm very limited on time. I'm not sure I can go ahead and cover all of those, but you know, I'll just leave it here for a second so you can see basically what all of additional special needs coverage are. A huge thing is a lot of my clients say, wow, acupuncture is covered. Yes, acupuncture is covered. So all those allergy testing, diabetes. So I'm going to let it open for just a few seconds and you can pause and look at it. But I won't go into every single detail. So let's go ahead and move on. Children's vision. Basically, all the plans cover pediatric vision and dental. So no charge for the eye exam and eyeglasses. And then children dental. Basically, let's see if I can scroll this so we can see. So with the bronze plan, you basically pay $25 copay for the child filling for one surface. The silver plan is a 20% coinsurance, and the gold plan is a 20% coinsurance. The dental checkup is no charge, that's preventative. The root canal, for bronze plan, you pay $300. With the silver plan, you pay 50% coinsurance, and the same applies with the gold. And orthodontics, with the bronze, it's a $1,000 copay, and with the silver and gold is 50% coinsurance. And again, this is only for kids. The dental and vision is not covered for adults. This only is for children. So we basically covered just the 3 plans. Obviously, this is a very specific example. This doesn't mean that all of the plans will have the same coverage. Again, this was an example for someone that is 50 years old, lives in San Francisco, and makes $40,000 per year. So basically, this is how much he would pay per month if that person chooses to select one of these plans. Now, if this information sounds confusing to you, if you would need to, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave my information in the description of this video. I am a certified insurance agent with Coveredca, California, and I'll be glad to assist you if you have any questions or if you are confused and basically stuck at selecting a plan in the Coveredca, California. It's very easy for you to find me in the Coveredca, California agents section, and I'll probably have another video on that. How to find an agent and delegate an agent. So basically, agents can help you select a plan. We don't charge any fees. Everything basically, everything you get is at no cost. Basically, the help is free, and we offer that help. And the cost, how much you pay, also is not affected if you work with an agent or if you do it on your own. And I highly recommend working with an agent. If it's not me, feel free to look who is in your neighborhood and select a broker that works with multiple plans, because for the last 4 years or so, I've seen people make so many mistakes, and it costs them a lot, and then they have to, if they make a minor mistake, then they have to basically clean it up at the tax time, especially if we're talking about subsidies. So highly recommend working with an agent. And again, I'll leave my information, and feel free to contact me and delegate me in as your agent in your Covered California account. As always, thanks for watching. Please comment under the video if you have questions. Like and subscribe to our channel. I'll have a lot of videos during the open enrollment related to the health insurance plans. I also work with other plans in the private market. So if you don't qualify for subsidy, then I'll be glad to help you with the plans in the private market. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.